everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a must shop mustache. We're gonna go through the products I used last week and what I thought of them, and we'll be picking new products to use this week. How are you guys? How was your week? Mine was pretty good. Tomorrow's Friday, but the time you guys see this video it'll be Saturday. Yeah, it's good. It's going good. This week's been going by pretty quickly, so that's always awesome. So if you love shop mustache videos, definitely continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And let's just go ahead and just jump right in. So the first product this week I had was this MAC Fix Plus matte version. I don't feel like Fix Plus really makes my makeup long lasting, and I don't feel like this was any different, even though it's a matte version. It may not make me as oily as sooner as like the regular Fix Plus, but I feel like Fix Plus just melts the powders, but that's it. So it was okay. I did find that my skin was kind of like more dewy throughout the day, and it's just, I think the powder isn't amazing that I used this week, and then also the setting spray didn't help. But yeah, mascara I have in here is the Essence Princess Fall Effect mascara. I am pretty done with this one, so we are going to put this in the empties. I also had the Bad Gal Bang mascara by Benefit. I do really like this. I wish the wand was like a brush applicator and not like plastic. I feel like I have more control of my lashes with the Essence wand, but I do like this formula. I think it's nice. This is actually pretty nice and hydrating as well. This is the Luxe lip oil in Rain Check. Very pretty gloss. You can't really see the shade on the lips, to be honest, but I thought it was pretty nice and hydrating. And this is actually going to live over here on my like lip glosses, lip oil. This is another lip oil here. I have some lash glue on here. Awesome. And chapsticks kind of live over here. I ended up picking this eyeshadow primer later during the week because I finished my eyeshadow primer that's in my project pan. So that's a little spoiler for you that do watch my project pan videos. This is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup, and this has a slight scent to it. I don't know if it's gone bad or if it's always smelled this way. I haven't reached for this in probably 5 months or so. I don't know. I don't know if I should declutter it, leave it. Do you guys have this? Does it smell funky? What do you think? Let me know. I don't know. I thought about decluttering it, but it's not messing with my eyes. But I do also have other eyeshadow primers, so I don't know if the scent is normal. This is good if you have oily lids. This will make your eyeshadow not go anywhere. It's super good. I do recommend you setting it really well though, because it does make my shadow get on patchy if you don't set it at all, because it's kind of like sticky a little bit. Like it will lock in your shadow for sure. So if you're looking for something that'll lock in your shadow and you have oily lids, I would definitely recommend this. I didn't use my lippy. Maybe I'll use it to film for the next week. This is the Flirt Cosmetics ... eyeliner art pen. So one's like a felt tip and the other side's like a dotter to make dots on your face, I guess. It's in brown. I do like it. I am kind of noticing that it's starting to get a little thick like on the sides. Well, can you guys see it's kind of like stretching out like that? So I don't know if it's going bad too. Let me know if you guys think it is. It doesn't affect my eyes. It's not itchy, nothing. So I guess let me know. Liner this week I had these, and of course I always reach for my colorful liners for my waterline, and then this NYX Epic Ink liner in black I really like. It is a brush applicator, so if you guys like brush applicators, definitely recommend. And it's really pigmented as well, and it's also from the drugstore, so that's nice. Brow products, all that stuff staying in there. This is in my project pan. This powder was the one I used for this week, the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder. I like the way my face looks, my skin looks with this, but it doesn't make my foundation long lasting. And I don't have very much left. I took the sifter out so I can try to grab all of the product in here, because I was making more noise than what the actual product came out. Because look, there's only like an H on here if you can tell. So only product comes out from there. So in the mornings my husband was sleeping and I'm over here tapping this to get the powder out. So I decided to just take off the sifter, and I don't have that much left. So I think this will last me maybe 1 day, 2 days maybe max. So I'm going to finish this and then I'll end up putting it in my empties bin. But I don't feel like this makes my makeup long lasting. It's an okay powder. I wouldn't repurchase that either. This is the Bite Beauty Game Changer Change Maker Supercharged Micellar Foundation in L45. The shade is a little off for me. You can tell outside. It's not that bad. It kind of pulls a little pink on me, and I'm more of a warm yellow undertone. I do like the way this looks on my skin. I just found that my skin wasn't very matte. I looked a little dewy like midday. But overall, I did like the way this looks on my skin. I feel like it looks nice and healthy and really pretty. Doesn't look heavy on either. I really enjoyed it. So I am just going to put this back into my collection, and I actually have a new foundation to use for it this week. This Julep Cushion Complexion 5-in-1 Skin Perfector Turmeric Concealer. I've used this a couple times now, and I used it most of the week, but I had picked it in a previous Shop My Stash, and both times that I've used it for Shop My Stashes, I haven't been in love with it. I don't feel like it's full coverage. I need to correct my dark circles, and this one does nothing for me. So now to think of it, maybe I'll leave it in another week and pick a corrector that may work with this and see. I feel like it has coverage, but I don't think it's full coverage. And the shade is a little light for me as well, so I think if I have dark circles and the shade is off, it's not gonna correct your dark circles if the concealer is too light, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna leave it in another week and actually pick a corrector. I think I'm thinking about like the Becca one that I have. So I think I'm gonna do that. This is one of my favorite primers. This is the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. So my skin wasn't matte, but it looked really pretty for half the day. I pretty much have my makeup on for like 12 hours. And by the end of the day, of course, it's gonna be oily and a hot mess. But I really enjoy it. I think it's nice. And then concealer from my Project Pan. And then lastly down here, my eyeshadow palette that I use this week is a ColourPop Garden Variety palette. And I really like this palette. I did find that this purple shade called Stuck On You is kind of more tightly pressed than the rest. And there's not that much kickback, and I felt like I had to apply a lot of this to be able to see it on my eyes as well. It's more tightly pressed. It's not as pigmented as these other shades down here. This one was kind of similar to that, but this one was less pigmented than this one was. They're all super pretty. This is kind of like a Super Shock shadow. I applied this to my lids today. It's really pretty. I'm wearing this in my crease. I believe this in my outer corner, that on my lid today. I really like this palette, but the only thing that I found wearing this palette was that shade was not as pigmented as usually the shadows from ColourPop are. I used this as well. I used maybe 4 out of the 5 shades in here. I applied this on my lid one day, like more on the closer to the outer corner where you kind of smoke it out, and I thought it was very pretty. This is really pigmented. I used this a few times to smoke out the lash line. It does have fallout, so I wouldn't really recommend it, or if you do use it, make sure you do your eyes first and then your face, because there is fallout on that. Overall, I do like it. It's very pigmented. It's a little too bold for work for me, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was nice. I really like this highlight as well by Ciate London. This is the Glow 2 highlighter in the shade Moonstone, I believe. Moon Dust. This is very pigmented and very beautiful. It's kind of like a champagne highlight. It's really, really pigmented. It's nice. I really like that. This blush is pigmented as well, the Juvia's Place Serafina palette, and it's a pretty coral shade. Definitely enjoyed that. I actually really liked this blush here. This was part of the Garden Variety launch. It's a pressed blush in the shade Night Bloom. I picked this up because I don't have these kinds of shades in my collection. I actually really enjoyed this color. I thought it was very beautiful on my skin. It's more appropriate, I feel like, for spring, summertime, and not so much like summer, fallish type. I still enjoyed it. I think it's beautiful, and it's actually pretty pigmented, so a little bit does go a long way, and I do really like that blush. This bronzer by Bare Minerals in the shade Faux Tan is really nice as well. It's pretty pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. It's a bronzer. What more can I say? Like, it bronzes up my skin. I enjoy it. Lunar Beauty Moon Prism powder in the shade Mars is beautiful. I love this color. It's like a peachy highlight, of course. I really like this formula too. It's super nice and buttery. And then lastly, for this week, I had the MAC Nutcracker Sweet Peach Face Compact in Tutu and At Dusk, a blush and a highlight. And I received my Broken when I got it years and years ago. I've had this for a while. I do feel like this shade is not that pigmented. So I don't know if it's because it's old or what, but this one's still pigmented. I feel like I have to pack on my brush a lot with this one. So I like the color because it's a perfect like everyday kind of shade. This is a little too light, but it's still really pretty and blinding as well. It's one of their skin finish highlighters. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I probably need to be using this more. Probably should put it in a future like project pan so I can get more use out of that, because I probably have used it maybe 10 times. So I used to buy MAC all the time. Like MAC was my first high-end buying purchases, and I just don't buy a lot of MAC anymore, or even like their launches. I don't gravitate towards MAC that much like I used to when I first got into makeup, but they do have some pretty nice products, and I really enjoy their limited edition packaging. They're super nice. So that is it from last week's Shop My Stash. So let's go ahead and pick new products to use for the week. So I've definitely gone way over my August budget. I have so many new products in here, you guys. It's crazy. But I did end up returning the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue Foundation. It's just way too hydrating for me, and I don't want to use it just like fall, winter time. I want a foundation that will pretty much I can use any time of the year. So I ended up sticking that back, and I got this one, the Too Faced Born This Way Matte. If you guys have watched my videos, you know that I'm not a fan of the original Born This Way, so I'm hoping this one works out for me. I still do have the original Born This Way, and I think I'm just going to declare it because I hate that foundation. I really don't like it. I am going to try this matte one, and I ended up getting the shade Vanilla, and you can't swatch anything, but the good thing was that I had gone with a friend to Sephora when they color matched me. They put it like on a clear kind of palette and put it in front of your face to see what would match you instead of them like swatching it on your skin, since you can't be swatching stuff right now. And they color matched me to Vanilla, so let's hope this works out for me. They did say that it does run deeper than the original, so that's why I got Vanilla, because usually in the original one I do have the shade Light Beige. So I'm gonna take this for foundation this week. And then I also did pick up this Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer from Marshalls. It was $6.99. I almost didn't get it, but I was like, for $6, a Marc Jacobs primer, why not? I shouldn't be buying primers actually, because I'm trying to finish what I have. So it's okay. We'll add another one. I have a lot of hydrating primers, so let's hope this one's not hydrating. It says it's blurring, so we'll see. And this is a 1 fluid ounce for $6.99. I thought it was a really good deal, so I'm going to take this as well. I have a ton of palettes in here, and I'm actually going to take my older ones in here just because I can't pick, or shouldn't pick, the newer ones I got. I got these 2 Viseart palettes during they had a sale, which was buy one get one. I don't remember how much I paid for them. And then when I went to Ulta, they had the Kylie palette, like 3 or 4 Kylie palettes for $19. I decided to pick up the Sort of Sweet palette. But yeah, oh, and I also got this Lorac, the Soft Focus Longwear Foundation for $3. They had like 90% off on a lot of Lorac, like concealers, foundation, lipsticks, lip liners. At my Ulta, they said that they're trying to take out Lorac from the store, so I picked this up too, but I really want to use it Born This Way, so we just save the Lorac for next week. And I think I'm going to take these 2. The first palette is the Escape Pod. I've only used it when I did a first impressions on it, so I want to use it again and get more use out of it. The shimmers are stunning and super beautiful. They're so nice. Definitely going to use this. And then this Uma Beauty was part of last month's haul, and I haven't even used it either, so we're gonna take this as well. I have a ton of color to use this week, so we'll be taking both of those palettes for the week. For setting spray this week, I'm going to take this one right here. I don't think I used this recently, hopefully not. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, so I'm gonna take that. We have a foundation, so let's go into the first drawer. So in here we have, you know, the usual mascara, concealer, and brow products. So I'm going to take the Essence one. I feel like I should probably take these 2 together, because the Essence has a really nice brush that will help like really separate my lashes and volumize. This one's really nice, but it is a like plastic applicator, and it has this unique brush, and I really enjoyed the formula on this as well, so I think I'm gonna start picking 2 mascaras to use together. So we'll take both of those. And then I am going to pick my Becca Conceal Corrector so I could pair it with the Julep Concealer. And I actually have pen on this. I should probably put this in a project pan. Definitely need a corrector for every day. I don't like the Maybelline one I have in my project pen, so maybe this is one that I could work on after I finish that one. I'm hoping every time I use that Maybelline corrector, it's done, but it's not. It just keeps going. So I'm gonna take this for the week. And then eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take the P. Louise in Rumor 2. Down here is primer, which I do have the coconut one, and I do have primers in my project pen as well. Maybe I should take this. I should have pulled this earlier in the summer, because this makes me super matte. And I kind of feel like it dries me out as well. So this would have been perfect mid-summer. And I'm just picking this at the end of the summer, which kind of sucks. But let's go ahead and take it. This is a Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Hopefully we stay matte for the week. Hopefully that Too Faced one works out for me as well. Powder. Let's take... So I'm going to try to finish the Hourglass, which I think for sure like tops 2 uses and it'll be done. I do want to take a powder that I really like to make sure I can test out the foundation and make sure that it will work with a good powder. So I do like the Pretty Vulgar, the Too Faced one, these 3 I do like, the Huda Beauty powder and the Collab powder. And actually I was really surprised how much I actually liked the Fenty one as well. Let's just take my top favorite. This is the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I really enjoy it. And hey, it's Too Faced foundation, so hopefully they pair well together. I'm gonna take that. And then for bronzer, I want to use this one. I really like it. This was limited edition, and I did find this one at Marshall's. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. This is a satin bronzer, which is very nice and pigmented. It doesn't have kickback. I think it's really nice, and it has pigment, so I'm gonna take that. I'm taking a lot of Too Faced products. This is my blush drawer. Maybe I should pick a face palette since I don't reach for those, so we'll go ahead and just do that. So we'll skip the singles. Highlight, maybe let's go ahead and go into the palette drawer. So we will need a liner from in here, so let's pick one. Let's take the ColourPop one. It's just the black. I think this says, is this felt tip or brush? This is a brush applicator. And then let's take a brown. We can take the Makeup Geek in Espresso. And then should we pick a colorful? Maybe, since my palettes are very colorful this week. I was kind of feeling like a green, but let's take this one by LA Girl in the shade Limelight. Pretty. Just do that. And then a glitter. Maybe we can pick a glitter. Let's go ahead and pick this gold one by Pixie in the shade Sunray. That's pretty. Okay, let's pick a face palette. We need blush and highlighter. I really like this one. The Glam Glow palette's nice. I saw this palette at Marshall's the other day when I went to the Revolution Face Pot in Incandescent. If you see this at Marshall's, definitely pick it up. Super pigmented, really nice. Definitely would recommend you get this. You know what I'm going to pick? I think I'm going to pick the Kylie Wet Set just because that was more expensive. I think I got it for 50% off. I didn't pay full price, which is good, but I need to use this more. This is actually really pigmented. And it's probably perfect for this time. Those are horrible swatches, but I'm gonna take this for highlights. And then for blush, ooh, I really love these Hourglass blushes. These are so nice. These are mostly highlighter palettes. This is a blush palette. You know what? Another one's a face palette. This one as well. I think This one only has a few blushes. I'm gonna take this one, get more use out of it. The Natasha Denona Bloom. And you get a highlight, a blush, and 2 cream blushes. So this will work out, hopefully, with... Ooh, I might need a nude colored blush because these are bright-ish. With my colorful palettes, it might be a little too much. So I'm going to pick a nude color, and I'm gonna take Wild Honey by Becca. This will be good, like everyday color. Everyday kind of. Tried this foundation. What do you think of it? I've heard mixed reviews on it, so let's hope it works out for me. This is not gonna fit. We'll have to put this up there. So those are all the products in this week's Shop My Stash. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video.